With Sparrow838, while scrolling through YouTube one day, Sparrow saw something strange, a little leaping lemur as part of the latest play. She followed her new bouncing friend, and just when she thought the screenshots wouldn't end, planning this new build was time well spent. Where are they going? I don't know. How do we get there? Come on, let's go. Hey everyone, Sparrow here. Welcome to the Zookeepers Animal Pack, which is launching today. In honor of launch day, we'll be taking a break from our regular programming and building this one-off build of Animal Junction, which is the set of Zoboomafoo, an educational children's show that ran from 1999 to 2001 in North America, and features the Coquerel sifaka as the main character, Zobu, alongside the Kratt brothers, Chris and Martin. With each segment of Animal Junction that we complete, I will also chat quickly about the animals available in the Zookeepers Animal Pack. The first piece I'm building is the closet, which fans of Zoboomafoo will recognize from the show.
They're going to the closet, they're going on a trip.
Every episode, the Kratt brothers will feature an animal out in the wild, and in order to get footage, they go to the closet to grab the necessary supplies. The closet is always overstuffed, and inevitably, the supplies avalanche out of the closet right onto them. The brothers do, however, make it out to the wilderness to discuss the featured animals every time, and the misplaced items from the closet magically get cleaned up before they return to Animal Junction. For today's featured animal, let's check out the markhor, an endangered species of goat from the mountains and grassy foothills of Asia. Well known for its screw-like horns and bearded look, it is also the national animal of Pakistan. These guys look so regal standing on a tall cliff, and I can't wait to give them a place in one of my zoos. The next segment of Animal Junction features a platform that the animals often climb onto, a window that has a tree growing through it, and the most important object of all, the snack machine. For those of you who have no idea what I'm talking about, the snack machine holds food for the various animals that visit the junction that episode. It also sometimes holds snacks for Chris and Martin Kratt, and always has a snack for Zoboomafoo. This snack is given to Zobu as he leaps through the window onto his stool. Keep an eye out for that section in a few minutes, and eating the snack turns him into a talking puppet, who is then the main character for the remainder of the show. Zoboomafoo holds a special place in my heart because it is one of the earliest TV shows I watched as a child, and it is very likely where my obsession with animals and education began. It was also a safe way to learn English, which is not my first language, and I will always be grateful to the PBS network for not only this show, but many others that helped to improve my understanding of the English language. In the spirit of the show, let's take a look at another animal in the Zookeepers Animal Pack.
Who could it be? This animal who I did see. Can you help me guess this mystery?
These small gray cats live in the steppes of Asia and are quite secretive. They prey on the pika, which, if you've seen the internet memes floating around, is the sworn enemy of this creature. That's right, it's the Pallas cat or manul. My brother is obsessed with these guys. I'm very excited to build for them. There has been quite a bit of debate about the model, but the body is round, and that's all I really care about.
The body is round.
To decorate this wall, I copied over the window from the previous and deleted the cross sections, moved the walls around to make sure we could actually see through the window, and then got started on the platform. Going up to the platform, there is a ladder as well as a small climbing space on the post right next to it. Many of these posts will later also have ivy climbing up them to add to the natural feel. The snack machine was created mostly out of the Indonesian timber, surprise surprise if you're a regular viewer of this channel, recolored to the bright reds and yellows of Animal Junction, and I filled it with various snacks, including apples, bananas, seeds, and greenery. These should satisfy most of the visitors to Animal Junction. The meat will keep elsewhere for food safety purposes. As for me, if you'd like to hit that like button as if it's part of the snack machine, and leave a comment to get me talking, that would be very much appreciated. And if you love Planet Zoo and cozy game content, I would very much love if you subscribe to the channel too. Another wall, another platform. A lot of the work on this segment is copied over from the previous one, so we won't dwell on it too much. I will, however, point out the super vibrant colors that are part of Animal Junction. Lots of bright yellow, fury reds, mellow oranges, pale blues, pastel purples, and jungle greens. A strange combination, but fantastic for the set of a children's show. To continue the educational journey of Zoboomafoo, let's chat about the Hamadryas baboon. These animals are the northernmost of all the baboons, native to the Horn of Africa and the southwest region of the Arabian Peninsula. I'm not the biggest fan of monkeys, but these guys look really interesting with their pink faces and bushy fur. I may need to find a space for them in one of my zoos. This window here may be the most annoying thing in this build, but it's also the window that Zobo leaps through every episode, so I have to make sure it looks good. Placed on a slanted yellow wall, this window is very important because the Kratts will call Zoboomafoo over, who then leaps through the forest and jumps through the window onto a stool. He is then fed a snack from the snack machine and turns into the puppet version, played by Gord Robertson, that is featured for the rest of the episode. The lemur famous for bringing Zoboomafoo to life is Jovian, who lived at the Duke Lemur Center in Durham, North Carolina. He sometimes shared the role with his father, Nigel. Their cage was modeled on the set of Zoboomafoo at one point to help facilitate the filming of the show. Known to most people as the Zoboomafoo lemur, the Coquerel sifaka is endemic to Madagascar, as all lemur species are, and is known best for its funny way of leaping around. They look super cute hugging trees, which I'm not sure if that's an animation here in Planet Zoo, but I am still so happy to have these guys in the game. Sifaka is a Malagasy pronunciation, and it mimics the sound that these lemurs make. On this wall, we'll be building a small set of doors and a pool for the animals to drink from. A tiny door calls for a tiny animal, and for that purpose we have the Kirk's dik-dik. This small species of antelope is named for the series of zigzag leaps it makes when running, zig-zig, and you can find it living in the African savanna. Coming soon to a Sparrowverse zoo near you. This was a small but very time-consuming wall. Generally, anything that uses small pieces will take a long time in Planet Zoo, which is kind of counterintuitive. This is a fun little spot. I remember an episode where they had ducklings and hung out in this corner for quite a while. Definitely getting more nostalgic the further we get into this recreation. For the pool itself, I layered a bunch of faux rocks and then used one-way glass to simulate water. This is a neat trick if you're ever looking to avoid terrain and water work in your builds. If you do want to add water though, it shouldn't be too difficult. The workshop link to the build will be in the description below. This wall was kind of annoying to set up, and I did end up making it longer than in my initial sketch and layout. It features a purple cabinet, plenty of clutter, and a picture frame featuring the rolling plains of Africa with some savanna animals. I'll be using small statues of the giraffe, lion, and hippopotamus to bring it to life. This is a great time to mention the third largest tortoise in the world behind the Galapagos and Aldabra tortoises, the African spurred tortoise. It hails from the deserts of Africa, very surprising, I know. They are an endangered species in the wild, but a common exotic pet in the United States. As cute as the babies are, they grow quickly and, as already mentioned, get extremely large. Perhaps we'll be seeing some rescues coming to Whispering Woods sometime in the future. The next step was these purple doors. You might see some smaller animals sneaking their way in through them as they're usually slightly ajar. These doors feature a rising sun in the upper portion, but I wanted to make them exactly like in the show where you can actually see through them into the forest beyond. So I put together some timber caps and font piece parentheses that would allow that peek through to happen. Which actually reminds me of this one time in Zoboland.
I was leaping along. Leap, leap, leap.
When I bumped into my new friend, the spectacled bear. Native to the Andes Mountains in South America, the spectacled or Andean bear is the only living species of bear native to the region. Unlike most bears, which are omnivorous, it is herbivorous, enjoying fruit, berries, cacti, and honey. Marked as vulnerable by the IUCN, I'm so glad to see these bears join our roster for Planet Zoo. As you can see from the video, we've wrapped our way back around to the closet, and now we just have this main entrance left to do. Lots of dry stone wall pieces, and you guessed it, more Indonesian stained timber to frame out the doorways. We'll also need more faux rocks to create this cave portion. It's a nice place to hang out when the animals featured on the episode like to burrow. Made some quick work of that with random rotation turned on, and recolored to match the grayish brown of the dry stone. There will also be a faux tree just to the right of the cave as in the show, with plenty of plants to fill up empty space. On the wall I'm using a mix of coastal pigface and the variegated ivy, and the fake tree will also feature an assortment of hosta made to look like climbing plants. With the main portions of each wall done, it's time to decorate. Animal Junction is usually in a state of disarray, so let's clutter it up. I'm sure the Kratt brothers would be proud. One more thing before we put the roof on, and that's this platform that stands in front of the lemur window. It's raised off the ground, painted in blues and purples, and features another platform up top. You may be able to catch a glimpse of the basketball net, and we'll make sure to leave an enrichment item here to encourage people and animals to play. The roof is a series of beams, with the main beams protruding from the corners of the walls into the center. I joined them up with a hexagon New World piece to avoid having to join up the beams perfectly. Sometimes you just have to make it work. These cross beams were the result of a lot of small rotations to make sure they met the beam on either side. I think it worked out quite well. On top of the ceiling beams, to provide some cover from the sun, some more coastal pigface. At this point, I'm not really following reference photos, but just doing what I think looks good. We'll also jump into the junction to see how the ceiling is looking and add some more density with the variegated ivy. I think it's time to explore Animal Junction. And look, there's Sabu arriving now. He says, remember to like this video, comment your favorite animal from the new animal pack, and subscribe for more Planet Zoo content. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoy the new Zookeeper animal pack. See you next time. Bye.